Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Muhammad Jelani. I'm class B student of English Literature 2019. Today I will try to give a review little bit material on cultural theory that contained in chapter 8. The title 8 is Culture, Structure and Agency, 3 attempts at synthesis. The first character that we learn on this chapter is Pierre Bourdieu. The French sociologist Pierre Bourdieu is arguably the most important figure in cultural theory and cultural research today, while the intellectual quality of his stuff is one significant factor in accounting for this status. The ability of his work to appeal to diverse audience is equally crucial. With Bourdieu, there is something for nearly everyone. His work attempts to synthesize micro and macro level of analysis. He is concerned with both subjective experience and with objective structure. This positions him as a key figure in the micro or macro debate, and make this work required reading for those on both sides on that fence. He draws upon the critical sociology of Marx and Weber, but in non-doctrinal way. This allows his theory, like that of Foucault, to appeal to the broad swath of left-of-center thinking that reject more orthodox Marxian vision of class society. The fact that he sees his work as a part of critical project, moreover, provide it with a competitive advantage in academic circle lobs over the attempt at theoretical synthesis, such as those of Giddens or neo-functionalism. The second is Anthony Giddens. Anthony Giddens' theory of structuration is widely held to present one of the most influential efforts to overcome the division of micro and macro truth and appreciation of the role of culture and social life. While Giddens doesn't make much use of the word culture, or even have an elaborated understanding of its composition and content, his work places emphasis on the role of interpretation and meaning system in human life. It should therefore be considered an important intervention in the field of cultural theory. His distinctive approach is best expressed in the tile constitution society. Giddens suggests that action and structure models are equally flawed. He writes, if interpretative sociologies are found, as it were, upon an imperialism of the subject, functionalism and structuralism propose an imperialism of the social object. In attempting to overcome this dualism, he suggests we think of structure and agency as a duality in which both parts are mutually supporting. The theory that Giddens developed to try to capture this activity is better characterized as an ensemble of sensitizing ideas, rather than as a systematic model like those of, say, Parsons or Habermas. The last one is Norbert Elias. Like Bourdieu and Giddens, Norbert Elias sees that self as a key tool for the rising organizing agency in cultural theory. His approach is historical and traces the way that the modern self has developed over the century in his major work. Manners and etiquette from the past several centuries paying particular attention to more animal and biological functions like eating, defecating, burping, and farting. When comparing texts from Paris century, Elias note that the number of prohibitions increased over time. In books from the Middle Age, for example, it was recommended not to put house chew food back into the communal pot, not to blow one's nose on no one's clothes, and not to defecate in rooms and corridors. By the 19th century, elaborated rules had come into place about the way to use cutlery, how to control bodily function, and so on. Elias identified a trend in which more and more things came to be seen as distasteful and rude. Moreover, these things tend to be hidden from public view, hence the rise of private bedroom, the toilet, and so on. Elias also wrote about the increasing social restraints placed on the use of violence. In the medieval society, people seem to enjoy watching the torment of others in wars, public execution, and popular festivals. They also tend to be impulsive and to like with very little provocation. In today's society, by contrast, violence and killing are strictly regulated and tend to take place behind closed doors. Execution and abortories are a case in point. So, the conclusion that can be drawn in this chapter is that we can understand concepts in sociology that offer perspective on human behavior based on the synthesis of a structure and agency effect known as the duality of structure. Instead of describing the capacity of human action as being constrained by powerful stable social structure, such as educational, religious, or a political institution, or as a function of the individual expression. Structuration theory acknowledges the interaction of meaning, standards, and value, power, and pose a dynamic relationship between these different phases of society. I think that's enough for me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.